These men are trying to meet up with teenagers online.
Do you have kids of your own?
Yeah.
What would they think of this?
They probably disown me.
They think they're talking to actual teenagers, but in reality, they're talking to an adult decoy posing as one on the other end.
You say 14?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's too young.
I act older though.
You having a good Saturday night? How's it going?
Not only is it immoral and downright disgusting, but it's illegal. And these guys know that very well.
You won't believe some of their excuses.
I don't have no intentions to try to do anything, nobody.
You don't.
I don't.
What about when you said that you wanted to slide your hands up and down her
He was
back?
talking to me like that at first.
They come in all different shapes and sizes.
This poor gentleman I might hurt to ever continue the conversations.
Just want to let you know you've just been skeeted.
What is skeeted?
No, I'm Skeet Hansen with the Predatorial Investigation Unit. I'm Skeet Hansen with the Predatorial Investigation Unit. I'm Skeet Hansen with the Predatorial Investigation Unit.
I'm Skeet Hansen with the Predatorial Investigation Unit, and these are the dangers of your kids using the internet unsupervised. I hope you've brought your appetite because we've got a lot of predator pasta to dish out here. Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Couple things before we start this video today. First of all, this video was a collab with Courtney Elizabeth as the decoy. She did a great job, so be sure to go ahead and follow her channel. Secondly, being the clout chaser that I am, you know I gotta plug myself, so be sure to go ahead and subscribe to my second channel, Late Night Skeet. On this channel, I'll be uploading some of the extra clips that don't quite make it over here to the main channel, as well as some of the clips from my Twitch streams. And while you're at it, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. I mean, what do you got to lose? And thirdly, you know I'm a money-hungry scumbag, so if you're feeling up to it, go ahead and purchase one of these here Predator Pasta shirts. Links will be in the description below. Aren't these things cool? They also come in black, so, you know, if you're feeling up to that, go ahead and purchase yourself one. You know what? No one even gives a I'm done. Let's just start the show.
With over 2 years of research, the state of Michigan is proven to contain a bit of a cesspool of online predators. We've been conducting investigations in the Downriver region for some time now. You'd think these men would be deterred from trying to solicit teens online, but for some reason, they just keep falling through, one after the other. There never seems to be a shortage of these men. They keep meeting.
Bait or no bait, you came to meet a 14-year-old girl.
I keep skeeting.
Well, I want to let you know you've just been skeeted in 4K.
We set up a sting house on a Saturday night, posing as teens online to see if any potential predators would be desperate enough to come inside. No pun intended. And surely enough, not one, but 2 men showed up within just a few hours. After the interactions, all information is submitted to the appropriate law enforcement agencies. Tonight's first interaction was with 36-year-old Brandon. Not only does he have kids of his own, but his plan was to pick up this 14-year-old girl and bring her back to his house where his kids were. I guess he was planning on having some sort of play date. And yet another man, who couldn't seem to recall his age, also showed up.
I'm about 18, 19.
Well, here you said that you're 27 before. So are you 18, 19?
I'm 27.
Or are you you're really 27. So why'd you just say you were 18 or 19?
But we'll get into that later. This here is Brandon. He's 36 years old and works as a security guard. He was so desperate to meet this underage girl that he even showed up in his work attire right after he got off the job. Now, who doesn't like a man in uniform? Am I right? Here are some of the things he was saying to who he thought was a 14-year-old girl. But fair warning, as some viewers may find this material a bit disturbing.
You sound tiny.
I'm 14. I'm not that young.
Oh no. No, no.
Yeah, see?
That's young. No.
Are you mad?
You say 14?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's too young.
I act older though.
That's, I don't want to deal with that.
Why? How old are you?
Like 36.
Oh, that's not old. Not to me. I like older.
So,
What?
would I come over and get caught on Nightline or something?
Nightline?
You're probably too young. Oh my gosh. Can I pick you up tonight?
Yeah.
I'm not going to jail.
No?
I've got my kids too, so.
Yeah.
What are you doing in like an hour and a half?
Just gonna shower, I guess. And
What'd you just say?
gonna shower probably. What are you doing?
I'm at work, and I'm trying not to be a pervert.
Oh.
Brandon claimed that he didn't want to get caught on Nightline, as he put it. I think he meant to say Dateline, but little did he know that he was actually walking into a similar investigation called To Skeet a Predator.
It was a rather late Saturday night when this Brandon fellow showed up to our sting house to meet a 14-year-old girl. I want to say it was around 7 p.m. when we came across him on the Grindr app, and he was at our sting house ready to meet this 14-year-old girl by around 11 or so it only took a few hours. Now, the app Grindr is typically used for gay dating, so we were pretty surprised that us going on the app posing as a girl would actually draw attention to the account. Now, the girl in the pictures we were using on the decoy account on the Grindr app were of an undoubtedly young, underage girl. I mean, the girl in the picture was clearly underage. No question about it. So before these guys even messaged the account, I would say they pretty much already knew what they were getting into. Now, Brandon was one of the fastest movers we had ever come across in these investigations. I mean, you're talking about 4 hours from the point of first contact. He was at our sting house, ready to have sex with this 14-year-old girl, so it seemed. I mean, if you ask him, he wouldn't tell you that. He'd give you some runaround story, but judging by what he was saying on the phone to the girl, you can pretty much assume what he wanted to do. He said he wanted to just chill with the girl, watch a movie. At some point, he also said that he wanted to F around. I'll let you interpret what he might have meant by that. And when he was on the phone call, he mentioned that he was at work, still at his security job. And not only did he mention that he had kids, but his kids were also with him that night. He also had his kids that night, not at his job, but waiting for him at home for him to, get off work, and his kids were basically waiting for him to get off work and come back home. But before he would do that, Brandon's plan was to pick up this 14-year-old girl and bring her over to his house where his kids were. And I believe his plan was to let his kids go to bed and then do things with this 14-year-old girl at his house while they were asleep. Now, I usually handle these interactions pretty professionally, I would say, and sort of leave my emotion out of it, but it really just irked me that Brandon had kids of his own and blew his kids off to pick up this 14-year-old girl. I mean, the sheer audacity that a father could have to to do something like this when they have kids of their own. It's just mind-blowing. So the time rolls around when Brandon is getting off work from his security job, and he's still in contact with the decoy. Very, very excited about coming over to see her. He mentions that he is going to the store to pick some things up. One of those things being vodka, so he said. So it appears that he was planning to distribute alcohol to this minor. He asked what the decoy might want, and we went ahead and told him to pick up some Skittles for us because, you know, what 14-year-old girl doesn't like Skittles? And then he also said he was picking up one more item. However, he said that he couldn't say what he was picking up over the phone. Now, I think we all know what this item was. Condoms. I'm pretty sure, since Brandon didn't want to say, I'm pretty sure he was picking up condoms. So we're about 5 minutes out from the point of Brandon's arrival. We get into position, turn the cameras on, and we let our decoy, Courtney, do the honors of letting this gentleman in, seeing him to the couch, and then shortly after, I walk out of the bathroom to confront him.
Oh, is that you? Yeah. You can come in real quick. I'm trying to find my boots. Yeah. Okay. You can just leave your car running until you come in or I don't know. Yeah, all I have are like my sandals, but I was trying to wear my boots. Dry fit? Was the dry fit? Yeah. Yeah, this is careful. You can cover this one. But yeah, I just have to find my boots. Did you bring the Skittles?
They're in the car though.
Yeah. There's a mirror right here too. Yeah. I'm tired. You want to chill for a little?
If you like.
Yeah. I do. Just to kind of like talk to you more.
Yeah. I'm not a bad person. Like,
Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to sit? It would make me feel better.
I'm very awkward right now.
Yeah, I am too. But it's okay. Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was work?
It was alright. Got home.
What did you get from the store? You wouldn't tell me.
Got your Skittles.
That's all you got?
So vodka.
Vodka? You like drinking?
Not all the time.
Yeah.
I'm so nervous.
Yeah, don't that's fine. I'm a little nervous too, but yeah. You seem like a really nice person. You try to be nice? Dang, yeah. So where are you from though? Like originally?
Having a good Saturday night? How's it going? What's your name?
Oh, I'm Brandon.
Brandon. Brandon what?
Brandon?
Just Brandon.
Yeah.
Okay. And what brings you here, Brandon?
Well, she wanted to meet up and
Who did?
she did.
She did. And how old is she?
From the looks of it, she's older than what she told me, so.
And how old did she say that she was, Brandon?
14.
14.
And I told her,
What'd you tell her?
I said I don't want to do it.
I recall you saying that you wanted to, quote unquote, F around. And then you said you didn't want to go to jail. Now, why would you go to jail for meeting up with a 14-year-old girl?
Because I tried to play it. I didn't want to do it.
You didn't want to do it. Then why are you here, Brandon?
That's
Help me understand that.
That's a good question.
It is a good question, I'll say. You asked her if she had ever had sex. I mean, and then she said that she's done oral. And then you asked her how she liked it. So, I mean, where were you going with that? I mean, why'd you want to know that?
I mean, that's just what we was talking about.
That's just
topic of
casual,
conversation.
casual Saturday night conversation for you.
Yeah.
How old are you, Brandon?
I'd rather not say.
You'd rather not say, because I believe you said 34, 36 on the phone earlier. And you do have kids of your own, right? How old are your kids?
It's none of your business.
Okay, well, we do have a way of finding things out, Brandon, but, I mean, being that you have kids, what makes it okay for you to come and meet up with a 14-year-old girl?
What makes it okay for her to bait?
For her to bait? No one's baiting anything, Brandon. I mean, bait or no bait, you came to meet a 14-year-old girl, okay? That's the whole point here. And then
I was baited into it. I did not
You were-
want to come over here.
why did you keep calling, Brandon?
Because we had good conversation. I didn't.
Good conversation. You figured I would just have a good conversation with this 14-year-old girl, maybe. If you could sit right there for me where you were, please.
For
appreciate
what
it.
purpose?
We just got to keep this section of the couch clean. We don't want any predatorialness on that side of the couch. So, and then you said you stopped at the store to get some items. So, what were you at the store to get?
I got some vodka. And I got some Skittles.
Anything else? Because you were being pretty secretive about it on the phone.
Vodka, Skittles.
Vodka and Skittles. So no condoms. You didn't bring condoms today.
At some point, he said that he didn't want to end up on Nightline, so we put it. Obviously, he meant Dateline, as in Dateline NBC's To Catch Predator. He was saying he didn't want to end up on that show. So he obviously had watched that show before. So in the back of his mind, he had an idea. He had to have had some idea that everything he was saying on the phone was being recorded, which it was. Which is why he was being so careful. Which is why he didn't want to mention this particular item that he was picking up at the store, because he didn't want to further incriminate himself, I believe is what he was doing. It boggles me that he had even the slightest idea that he may have been walking into a sting operation and still was desperate enough to come into this house and meet this girl. But Brandon was bold enough to walk into this house anyway. Bold is the right word, right? Pretty sure.
Okay. And then you said that you didn't want to be a pervert. Why were you talking about all that stuff earlier?
I was trying.
You know.
I was doing my best to not be involved in this stuff.
And this stuff. What is this stuff?
What do you think it is?
I think it's you coming over to have sex with a 14-year-old girl.
No.
That's what I think this is.
I mean,
Where'd you meet her?
just met her on the online.
On what?
I asked her.
Was it an app? A dating app?
I guess.
Well, I think it was Grindr. What do people usually go on Grindr for?
I don't know. I just recently started using it.
Oh, okay. So you just recently started using Grindr and said, hey, I'm going to chat up this 14-year-old girl and see if I can come over where my kids are at home. That's just something you thunk up today.
I said, what did I say?
I think you know what you said, Brandon.
I think you know what I said.
Okay. Well, do you have your kids with you?
No, I don't.
No? Okay, well, that's good. And then you said that you said that you couldn't say what you wanted to do on the phone. So why couldn't you say that?
Because I'm not that type of person. I don't want to do
Okay.
that.
Well, help me understand, Brandon. What type of person are you?
I like to think I'm a good person.
You'd like to. What about this is good? What about your intentions here were good?
I guess nothing.
Nothing. I mean, Brandon, what do you have to say for yourself? If you could just back up there, Courtney. What do you have to say for yourself, Brandon? I mean, this isn't a good look, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't have much to say.
Not much to say. Looks like you had a lot on your mind to do when you got here.
No.
It seemed like it.
No.
Okay. Well, Brandon, I mean,
Because we talked about just watching movies.
Just watching movies. I think there was a little bit of cuddling involved in there as well, as far as I can remember.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Outside of that.
Drawn
we
sort
just
of.
talked about watching movies.
Right, you're sort of drawing a blank here.
I also
Gotcha.
asked her what she's done sexually as well.
You did ask that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then now you remember. Now you remember. Okay. Well, Brandon, I mean, what do you think should happen to you? I mean, this is just, it's just really not a good look. I mean, what would the mother of your children think of this?
Man, I really wasn't trying to fuck around.
Well, Brandon, we do have you on the phone, on the record, saying that you did want to, quote unquote, around with a 14-year-old girl.
And that wasn't...
That's what you said. So why say something like that?
I turned it down so many times, too.
Okay.
But you're still here.
But you're still here. I mean, why couldn't you have found anything better to do? What about hanging out maybe with an adult on a Saturday night? I mean,
Right.
you know, it's a poppin' night for the bars and clubs. You could have hit the club, maybe met a girl your own age, and took it from there. But you had to involve a 14-year-old girl, and I'm just trying to understand why, Brandon. I mean, you know, what drives a man?
This is not...
Do you need a tissue, Brandon?
No, it's okay.
No, you sure?
Yeah.
Courtney, go ahead and give him a tissue.
This is not what I intended. This is...
No, I completely, you know, I understand, but you gotta understand, you gotta be able to look at it from, you know, my perspective. I mean, what am I to think of all this?
Course,
You know,
course,
you just got off work, and where do you work, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just got off work, and then you decide that you're gonna go do this with a you know, a 14-year-old girl. Here's a paper towel for you there, Brandon.
Thank you.
In case you, yeah, no problem. Okay.
I did not want this. This is not my intentions.
I don't know, Brandon. Your intentions looked, to me, they looked
bad.
pretty clear. I mean,
know.
what business does a 30-some-year-old man have coming to meet a 14-year-old girl where she's, you know, home alone?
At 1 in the morning.
It's 1 in the morning. I mean, these are booty call hours, Brandon.
The interview was getting very intense for Brandon. He couldn't keep it together. He had broken down and started crying. Actual tears. Actual tears from this man that was here to do monstrous things to this 14-year-old girl. We were in an Airbnb, and we didn't want the couch getting messed up or the carpet, so we went ahead and offered him a tissue to wipe up his tears. Don't want to deal with those Airbnb charges. They can get expensive.
As they say.
I've recently single. I ain't
Recently
figured this
single.
stuff out yet, so.
You haven't, oh, so you're still getting adjusted to the single life. Well, people usually hang out at clubs and bars when they're in the single life with other adults. Don't you know that?
No, actually.
No, okay. Well, they don't really hang out with 14-year-old girls, so.
No, that's true.
Okay. But that's what you're here to do anyway, so. Well, I don't know, Brandon. I mean, where do we go from here? You know?
Can I just...
Well, Brandon, we do have to let someone know what's going on here.
No.
I think we...
I told her like 4 times. Like,
what did you tell her 4 times?
I don't know.
Okay, Brandon. Look, I think, you know, someone should know what you're doing, so maybe you should give the mother of your children a call so she knows about this. You do have her contact saved, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'm just gonna actually go home.
Oh, Brandon. Well, there's something you got to know is that I'm Skeet Hansen with the Predatorial Investigation Unit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we're doing an online series about adults who try to meet up with kids online for sex.
Okay.
And I just want to let you know
I was misled.
Well, I want to let you know you've just been skeeted in 4K.
Okay,
and if
well, I'm trying to leave.
Okay, yeah, you can. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize how narrow it was. But
Yeah.
if there's anything else you have to say, you know, we'd love to hear it, Brandon. And we will have to get your license plate and submit everything to the police. Okay. Okay. You have the camera right, Courtney. Oh, Brandon, we're gonna have to get his information here.
The police got there within a heartbeat, really. Canton PD is definitely one of the better police departments that I have called out for this stuff. So one of the officers gets there. I walk out of the motel room and sort of give her the rundown on what's going on and show her all the text messages that John was sending and mention that we also had a recorded phone call with him.
Like going?
It started on Grindr, on the Grindr app, and then it went to text message, and then there was a little bit of there was a couple phone calls, and it's pretty much just been me talking to him via text message.
Okay. Do you have the messages so I can reveal?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's aware of how old this person is?
Yes. Yes, absolutely aware that he was 14. He didn't really get sexual, but he hinted at some things, and I think he was trying to be careful, and but overall he was here to meet a 14-year-old boy home alone. So,
Okay.
so that's it. That's his. That's him.
Okay. So it started last night or
No,
a while
this is
ago,
September 8th.
Okay.
We've been talking for a while. You can see he says I'm 14. By
Was
the
that the other
way,
one?
he says yeah, kind of. Now this did start on the Grindr app, and I do have those screenshots archived.
Okay. Perfect.
But yeah, that conversation went on for just a couple weeks.
If what you've seen so far shocks you, just wait. There's more. Meet 27-year-old Ray. He works in a grocery store, likely coming in contact with children on a daily basis. Don't let the way he talks fool you. He's fully capable of knowing that his actions were immoral and illegal. He even lies about his age in an attempt to cover himself. Take a look at how handsy he gets with the decoy that he thought was 14.
Now, this next guy that showed up just about an hour after Brandon had left our sting house, sobbing, crying, this guy named Ray shows up. And he was only a few miles away. He didn't drive. He took an Uber to get to our sting house to meet this 14-year-old girl. I mean, that just shows you how desperate some of these guys are.
It's a little chilly in there, but yeah.
Okay, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi. Oh.
Huh?
Sorry, I'm just nervous.
No, you're okay.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to do?
Here, you can scoot closer, but... Yeah, sorry, I'm just nervous.
No, you're okay.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to do?
Well, what do you want to do?
Don't marry me.
It don't matter. Yeah, hey. Yeah, please don't touch me, though. Yeah, sorry. I'm just nervous.
You're fine?
Yeah.
How was your Uber ride?
Good, how about you?
Good.
He was fine.
What are you here for?
He was like a semi-truck driver, I guess, and then he's using that as a backup until his truck is fixed.
Oh, your Uber driver?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you give him a good review?
Yep, I did.
Good.
I gave him like a 5-star. He was good. He was nice, so.
Okay.
Unlike most drivers you meet these days, so.
Yeah, I gotcha. So what's your name?
My name's Raymond, but you call me
Raymond.
Ray.
Oh, nice to meet you, Ray.
Yes, sir.
I'm Skeet Hansen.
Nice to meet you.
You too. So, what are you here for?
Huh?
What are you here for?
I'm just here to hang out with her, that's all.
With her? And how old is she?
Huh?
How old is she?
She's 14.
She's 14. And you're how old?
I'm about 18, 19.
You're 18, 19. So you're an adult.
Yes.
Okay. Do you see the problem here, Ray? Well, what do you think the problem here is?
That you're not okay with it, I'm guessing?
That I'm not okay with it.
Yes.
Well, it's more that the law isn't okay with it. Now, you understand that what you're doing is illegal.
I do apologize.
You apologize.
Yes. And
Okay.
I hope that it's okay.
Well, it's not okay, Ray, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about. You see, you're here to meet a 14-year-old girl, and it looked like from the chat logs I have here, you did send a, well, you can keep your shoes off, Ray. I just want to have a conversation with you. It's fine. Just you
I'm
can
sorry.
sit there
I'm
and...
sorry.
Yeah, just lay back, chill back. I just want you to be comfortable here, but at first you did send a picture of your penis, all right? I got that right there. And that you did send this, right? Okay. And then she told you that she was 14. But you still decided to keep talking to her. Okay. Now, what was your plan here, Ray?
I was not thinking right at all.
You weren't thinking right.
Yes.
Thinking a little left.
Yes.
Okay.
Outside the ball field.
Yes, yeah, way outside the ball field. Right. Well, here you said that you're 27 before. So are you 18, 19?
I'm 27.
Are you you're really 27. So why'd you just say you were 18 or 19?
I'm not thinking right. That's all.
Just a little clouded right
Yes.
now. I understand. Okay. Let's see. And you said that you're down for anything. What does that mean? What were you trying to do here?
Like I said, I was not thinking, and I hope you do understand.
Just not thinking, right? I mean, I understand not thinking, but I don't understand not thinking and then trying to meet up with a 14-year-old girl that you met online. For sex, presumably, is what it looks like here.
On Grindr.
On Grindr, which is
over the age of 18.
And it's a dating app.
Yes.
And what do people typically use the Grindr app for, Ray?
Like either hookups or anything like that, depending on how they want to meet.
Hookups, mainly, you would agree, right? So, would you say it's fair to say that you were looking to hook up with this 14-year-old girl?
I just say that whatever she was down for, and I was like,
Just whatever she was. So, if she was willing to go ahead and
yes.
have sex, you would have been okay with it.
Oh, I'm not trying to say the wrong words. That's all.
What was that?
I'm not trying to say the wrong words.
Gotcha.
What I mean?
Okay. No, I understand, Ray. So did you bring condoms with you, Ray, tonight?
No, but no.
Okay.
I can go,
Right.
Mhm.
Right, and okay. So no condoms. Okay. What do you do for a living, Ray?
I work as a retail store worker. So.
A what store worker?
Retail.
Retail.
Yes.
What store?
Yes.
What store? Oh.
This way, they want one of the worst companies you could possibly work for.
Right. Yeah. Retail isn't the greatest field. Are you aspiring to go beyond? Are you in school or anything like that?
I'm hoping for something like that. So, and this is the reason why you're recording this.
What's that? It's just for everyone's protection here.
Oh, okay.
That way, no one can say anything happened that didn't. Okay. So, where are you looking to go after? What's the next step for you?
I'm trying to get a big step in life, try to change my life around.
Okay.
So.
I'm in agreement with you there. You should be changing your life around because of what you're here to do today. And I was also going to say that what you're here doing tonight could, it could mess up what you're really trying to do, So you might be stuck at Ray. I don't know. This really isn't a good look. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, Ray, what do you have to say for yourself here? I mean, this is just...
It was pathetic, and I should have done what I done.
I agree you shouldn't have. I mean, just help me understand, what drives a man? I mean, it's a Saturday night, the bars and clubs are popping, but you want to come meet up with a 14-year-old girl at about 2-something in the morning. I mean, why not, meet up with an adult, someone your age? Just help me understand, Ray.
I just was never got to that. I never got a chance to really.
Yeah.
Every time I try to meet up, go online, whatever.
Okay.
They will not try to use you for money or whatever.
Gotcha.
I'm sure that's the most cases.
Okay, but that still doesn't explain why you can't just hang out with, an adult, someone your age. You know what I mean, Ray?
So, if a 14-year-old girl was here and she asked you, if you guys were having intercourse and asked you to stop, would have you stopped?
Yes.
But why did you touch me and then I asked you not to touch me and then you touched me again?
And that's when I apologized too.
Right.
And I hope that was okay.
It's not.
It's really not okay, Ray.
Stop touching them. You gotta stop touching them.
In which I do apologize. So I hope you do accept it.
You were very excited hearing these text messages here. I mean, safe to say you're one horny goat, from what it looks like here, Ray. Well, I don't know, Ray. What do you think should happen to you?
I just hope you could forgive me everything that happened. And I promise you this will happen again.
But don't ask for my forgiveness. You should be asking for forgiveness from the law, because we have to report this to the police, right? I mean, not only is it immorally wrong Ray, but it's illegal. But you can still sit down. No
I'm
pressure.
sorry, I'm just shaking right now.
Oh, it's no problem, Ray. I understand.
Do you want a glass of water?
Want some
No,
water?
I just don't want anything to go to law. I'm just really
Okay.
hoping this way we could solve this.
Well, Ray, you made the decision to walk into this house to meet up with this girl, okay? You made that decision. We didn't make you do that. You decided to walk in here. You even got an Uber to take you here, okay? So, I mean, you know, this is all on you, Ray. You made the decision to come meet up with a 14-year-old girl. And I'm just here to address it.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Is there anything else you have to say for yourself, Ray?
I do apologize to you, and I hope it's okay. Do you forgive me?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm also not 14, so.
Oh, you're not?
No.
She's not actually. She's just posing as 14, right?
Okay.
But the point is, you thought she was. And if that's all you have to say, what you need to know is that I'm Skeet Hansen with the Predatorial Investigation Unit, and we're actually doing an online series about adults who try to meet up with
Oh, so you
teens
just try to
online,
teach people
online for
like
sex.
that
Yes.
it's wrong, this and that?
Precisely, Ray,
Okay.
precisely. And do you agree that this is wrong?
Yes, I do agree.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure that you...
And I will assure you that this will never happen again. And you will not come across me again.
I sure hope not, Ray. I don't want to see you on
I
those
hope we can
apps
put
again.
this under wraps and this will never happen again. And I
Yes.
will give you my word.
All right,
Can we
Ray.
agree to that? And you as well?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if we can negotiate that, but I do have to let you know you've just been skeeted in 4K, and we're gonna have to submit this to the police to let them know what's going on here. So, well, that being said, Ray, if there's anything else you have to say for yourself, we'd love to hear it. If not, you're obviously free to walk out the door that you came in.
Okay.
So.
And it was nice meeting you. And I do apologize.
Oh yeah, no problem, Ray. Okay. Well, nice meeting you too.
Yes, sir.
Safe travels back.
Yep.
That was a weird one.
Yeah.
So we dismiss Ray from our sting house. I assume he starts walking and catches an Uber back to where he came from. And hopefully that will be the last time that he tries to hook up with a 14-year-old girl online, or just in general. And I also hope that he'll learn to keep his hands to himself when they're not wanted. And as far as Brandon goes, I really hope to not see him on these apps again, trying to, meet up with underage girls online. Really hope he's learned his lesson. I do wish the mother of his children all the luck in the world with getting full custody of their kids. I think it's a much needed thing that needs to happen. As for the two men that showed up to our sting house on this night, all of the information has been submitted to the law enforcement agencies, so it's just going to be an ongoing investigation, and I guess we'll see what happens. That's all we can do. Although Brandon and Ray's actions were anything but noble, they will not be forgotten. And there are many, many other predators out there just alike. And if they happen to fall through our investigation, they will be discovered and they will ultimately get skeeted in 4K. Just as Brandon and Ray did on this night. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of To Skeet a Predator. If you did, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you're feeling up to it, hit the join button down below to receive exclusive perks on this channel. Well, I've been your host, Skeet Hansen, and that's going to be a cut, boys and girls. Let's go get drunk.